The Plastic Story is a study conducted by Pratham in May 2022 to understand the facets of plastic waste problem plaguing rural India and develop learning modules for children and youth. The study covered 700 villages across 70 districts in 15 states. Our study is based on a convenient sample and is not representative, but the insights paint a grim picture. The data was collected from households, establishments such as shops, eateries, clinics, as well as scrap dealers present in the villages and members of the Gram Panchayat. Plastic litter and garbage patches were commonly observed in villages. Surveyors observed litter such as paper waste, cardboard, plastic wrappers, bottles, and plastic cans near more than half of the establishments surveyed in this study. Majority of the villages lack formal infrastructure to adequately manage the solid waste they generate. Basic waste management systems such as public waste bins, community waste collection vehicles, and safai karmacharis are present in less than 50% of the villages studied. Less than 20% of the 700 villages claimed to have received any funds for solid waste management. Villages have to rely on Kabadiwalas for waste management. We learned that almost 93% of villages covered in this study have regular access to a Kabadiwala. However, not all kinds of waste materials are readily accepted by the Kabadiwala. While waste such as paper, metal, and cardboard is readily collected, the single-use Type 7 plastics such as wrappers, sachets, plastic packaging are rejected. These single-use low-quality plastics tend to remain within the communities and contribute to the growing waste problem in rural India. This Type 7 plastic, which is not bought by the Kabadiwala, is either burnt or thrown at a common dumping spot. These results were consistent across all the stakeholders surveyed as part of the study. Despite being banned by the National Green Tribunal in 2013, practice of burning plastic continues in rural India. Plastic waste is burned in 73% of the 700 villages covered in this study. The frequency is as high as once a week. This was observed across districts and states, irrespective of the village size or proximity to the nearest town. Out of the 8,400 households covered in this study, 67% households burn the plastic waste that a Kabadiwala does not buy. 74% of households who burn plastic are not aware of its ill effects. Factors such as household size, education, and affluence do not significantly affect these numbers. The rate at which India generates waste is rising, and so is the contribution of rural India towards these numbers. There is a pronounced lack of a mitigation system, particularly in rural India, to address the growing waste problem. This, coupled with a lack of awareness, poses a serious threat to the environment. This plastic story is a part of Pratham's Learning for Life domain. It is a step towards helping children, youth, families, and communities become aware of the problem and find solutions to management of plastic waste.